To all my slow readers out there, I hope you never have to suffer because you have a little trouble reading aloud, or not even trouble reading aloud. It's just maybe the pace at which you read is naturally a little bit slower than what other people may prefer. And I hope you are never made fun of because of that. And I hope you are never made to feel dumb because you enjoy, or maybe because you prefer, or because you naturally read a little bit slower. Because those things, the speed at which you read bars does not necessarily reflect your intelligence or your understanding of those words or your understanding of how words connect to each other, because your understanding is abstract and your ability to convert that into speaking aloud may not necessarily correlate. In other words, the speed at which you read does not necessarily show how well you understood what the teacher is saying, or how well you interpret, or how well you comprehend information. These things are generally considered to be a part of, a great student or a great academic, are things that are not necessarily reflected in how quickly you read, chapter 1 of To Kill a Mockingbird aloud or whatever. And so, if you have trouble mispronouncing a word because you have trouble, connecting the words you see, or and making the mouth noises with your mouth, it doesn't show how smart you are with those words, and it doesn't show how it isn't bad that you do those things, or that you have stumbles or trips over certain words. And if you need to hear it from me, hear it from me. Don't let another teacher or a student belittle you because you tripped over a word. Don't let another teacher or student bring your self-esteem down because you tripped over a word, or because you can't read very well, or you can't read as well as you would like to. That is probably a better way of putting it. So, if you'd like to improve that, I hope you have no stress, because there are other ways of learning that may reflect more of how, that may work better for you than reading, to yourself or reading aloud. For example, videos. Videos may be a great source of learning that help you comprehend knowledge and information better than reading aloud does. That doesn't necessarily show, like the teacher, how you interpret information, because when you're reading aloud, the teacher is immediately seeing, this is how this is the student showing me that they understand and they learn. But you may be better in other things, and if you are better in other things, good work. That is great stuff, and I'm glad that you're better in other things. For example, you may be really great with writing essays, and you may be really great with music, or you may be really great with numbers and statistics. There are different types of intelligences that I believe in. You can actually see another video related to down below that I made on measuring intelligence, because I don't really like using the word smart, and I don't really like using the word intelligent. Because it implies that somebody who is good in one place is good in a lot of different things. But that isn't necessarily the case, because you can be very smart with reading. Notice, I use the word with because there are different types of intelligences. You can be very smart with reading, or you can be very smart with, math and algebra, and maybe not so smart with geometry. But the connotation that smart has implies that if you are one thing, or if you are deficient in one area, or you are not as proficient as you would like to be, then that makes you dumb. And that is stupid. That is a very stupid thing to say, because there are varying areas of intelligence that aren't necessarily correlated with one another, that don't necessarily reflect your general intelligence, or things that are of actual value, like, okay. To all my slow readers out there, I hope that your self-esteem is never brought down because of your ability to read, or because of the pace at which you read, which may just naturally be a little slower. And I hope you have, some coping mechanisms, or you can ignore them and let it roll off your back, because that is super healthy. And I mean, maybe with some nuance to every situation, but it's amazing that you are being yourself, and that's all that matters. Maybe a little cliche to end on that, but I hope you have a wonderful week, and goodbye.